Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dieter Manschura, and I'm the owner of the Artelino company, artelino.com, and my little company located in southern Germany in the state of Bavaria, near the Bavarian Alps. We sell Japanese prints in weekly online auctions. And welcome for another video edition. Our videos are always about Japanese prints, but this video I want to start it with a song. Do you remember Queen's? Bicycle, bicycle, I want to ride my bike, my bike. Well, Queens can do it much, much better. But I have two questions for you. Okay, do you like to run a bike? And the second question, of course, do you like Japanese prints? And if you can answer both questions with a clear yes, then I have a wonderful artist for you. His name is Shigeki Kuroda. And I now want to show you a few images so that you get an impression about the kind of art that he creates. Well, you have already a very good example in my background. Let's show you a few other ones. Okay, you see it's similar, and it shows basically always two things: bicycle riders and umbrellas. Another one, similar, umbrellas and bicycles. Isn't that strange? Oh, it is, yeah, but the explanation comes. And a last one, same subject, and you have the impression fast, yeah, this is full of speed. I'm not a national English speaker, so something that is complicated, I take the quotation by someone else. And in this case, I take an explanation from Michael Byrne, a well-known dealer in Japanese prints and collector of Japanese prints. And he wrote the following about Shigeki Kuroda, beginning of quotation. Kuroda suggests that things move so quickly in Tokyo that he wants to reflect the speed and movement in his bicycles. The umbrella is a very traditional symbol of Japan. End of quotations. So, well, this is a rather good introduction explanation of the art of Shigeki Kuroda. You must know, Shigeki Kuroda, he grew up after World War II, just like me. And remember, well, this period, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, and especially in Japan, was characterized by an incredibly fast moving westernization. Remember how the Japanese economy had a boom, an incredible boom. Yeah, Japanese cars, Japanese cameras, Japanese media players, they were sold successfully all over the world. And of course, this had a price. Yeah, it was a conflict in Japan between old traditions and, well, this fast modernization, Western modernization. And the art of Shigeki Kuroda deals with this fast change in the Japanese cultural identity. And by the way, also other artists, I want to name just one, Yuji Hiratsuka, someone whom I appreciate so much. He also deals with the same conflict, well, with this conflict between old Japanese traditions and westernization. Yuji Hiratsuka, for instance, I remember an article that he wrote where he mentions a scene in Tokyo at a McDonald's, young Japanese sitting there in a McDonald's that looks like all McDonald's all over the world, and they watch on a screen on the wall a sumo wrestling match, something very traditional, very, very Japanese. Let's now talk a little bit about the biography of Shigeki Kuroda. As I mentioned, typical post-war generation. He was born in 1953. And in 1977, he studied painting at the renowned Tama University of Arts in Tokyo. In 1979, he made his Master of Arts. And in 1984, he studied different Western printmaking techniques, and he studied them in the US. And he studied etching, dry point, mezzotint, and aquatint. You see, he didn't leave out any of these Western printmaking techniques. And most of the art prints by Shigeki Kuroda, they are a mix of different techniques, mostly a mix of aquatint, dry point, and etchings. But he further also added more like watercolors, pencil, and Sumi Indian ink. And I showed you a few images. Yeah, they were all in color, but Shigeki Kuroda makes a rather limited use of colors. The emphasis for his prints is not so much on color, but more on design. There are also quite a few in black and white or in a very reduced color palette by Shigeki Kuroda. The subjects are nearly always the same, with some exceptions. You usually see a close group of bicycle riders on a continuous ride, and it makes the impression of being repeated multiple times in this picture. And of course, this indicates speed, speed, speed. And this characterizes the Japanese society after World War II in the boom times, 60s, 70s, 80s. If you're interested in this artist, we have a wonderful feature on our website, artelino.com. We call it Artist Alert. Yeah, you can select an artist or several one, and whenever we have a print by this artist in one of our new weekly auction catalogs, online catalogs, of course, our system will automatically alert you by sending you an email. We do not have prints by Shigeki Kuroda too often, so this feature might be quite useful. And before I close, something else. I want to advertise for consignments. Artelino does not buy prints, yeah, like many other websites that sell in the form of auction Japanese prints. No, we don't. Everything that we offer in our weekly online auctions, these are real consignments, and they come from collectors, dealers, and sometimes also from contemporary artists. And if you're a collector and have a collection to sell, your heirs might not be interested in continuing the collection, think about Artelino. We are, in my personal opinion, a very good opportunity to sell Japanese prints. Well, so much for today. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for watching the video, and I would be pleased to see you in our auctions or maybe for our next video. Goodbye.